Welcome back to session 7 in the module IO organization, the subject computer organization. I'm here, Dr. Shabintash, to present this session. The contents are PCI bus, data transfer signals on the PCI bus, a read operation on the PCI bus, device configuration. Peripheral component PCI stands, the acronym for PCI is Peripheral Component Interconnect, which is introduced in 1992, and it is cheaper compared to your normal device interface. Via device interface, you connect the other devices. Processor independent, it can function without the intervention or without the processor. It uses the concept of plug and play. Plug and play means as soon as you connect the PCI bus, you can start using it without any configuration or settings. In today's computer, most memory transfers involve burst of data rather than just one word. That is called block mode or burst mode. The PCI is designed primarily to support this mode of operation. The bus supports three independent address spaces: memory, IO, and configuration. Memory address space, IO mapped address space, and the configuration. We assume that master maintains the address information on the bus until data transfer is complete. Yes, master is one who initiates the data transfer over the bus. So it will retain the address of the thing until the transfer is complete. But the address is needed only long enough for the slave to be selected. As soon as the slave is selected, this master can erase that, or it can remove the address from the address lines. Thus, address is needed on the bus for one clock cycle only. We have seen this in the asynchronous or synchronous bus, freeing the address lines to be used for sending data in subsequent clock cycles. The result is a significant cost reduction, hence, the cost is reduced in this because you are saving the cycles, CPU cycles. A master is called as an initiator in PCI terminology. Initiator because it starts the data transmission. The addressed device that responds to read and write commands is called as a target, initiator and target in the PCI terminology. In the bus terminology, it was called as master and slave. You can see the data transfer signals on the PCI bus. A clock whose function is say around, it can have 33 megahertz or 66 megahertz clock. A frame which is sent by the initiator to indicate duration of the transaction. AD, 32-bit address or data lines which may optionally increase to 64, 32 to 64. C/BE hash. It is 4 command or byte enable lines. 8 for 8 for a 64-bit bus. It is 4 command for the for 32-bit bus. IRD IRD, this is initiator ready. IRD is initiator ready and target ready signals. Initiator ready Y hash, TRD Y hash, initiator ready signal, and there is a target ready signal. DVE SEL, a response from the device indicating that it has recognized the address which is placed by the master initiator and is ready for the data transfer transaction. IDS SEL means initialization device select. A read operation on a PCI bus. In the clock cycle, in the mid of the clock cycle, the data is the address are placed, and the what we discussed frame, it is sent by the initiator to indicate the duration of the transaction. The transaction takes place around mid of the or up to 4 to 5 clock cycles. So address are placed and it starts with hash 1 2. That means it takes four mm, I mean contiguous 4 clock cycles address are placed. Now C slash B command is placed as followed by a byte enable. The initiator ready. Initiator starts the initiation of the data transmission. The target ready is in response to IR ready, target ready is also enabled. Now device, whichever is DEF device, a response from device indicating that it is recognized the address and it is ready for the data transmission is uh, done by the PCI bus. Device configuration. When an IO device is connected to a computer, several actions are needed to configure both device and the software that communicate with it. PCI, peripheral computer interconnect, incorporates in each IO device interface a small configuration read-only memory that stores information about the device. The configuration ROMs of all devices are accessible in the configuration address space. So I was telling you about the three address space: memory mapped address space, IO mapped address space, and the configuration address space. The configuration is ROM, ROM memory. The PCI installation and it is there in the each and every devices, and it is the configuration ROM of all devices are accessible in the configuration address space. The PCI initialization software reads these ROM. As soon as you connect the expansion PCI bus, it reads all the uh, configuration ROMs and determines whether the device is a printer, keyboard, Ethernet, all type of devices it will easily recognize. It can further learn about various device options and characteristics. Whatever the device options are there in its characteristics, everything it will read from that ROM. Devices are assigned addresses during the initialization process. As soon as you manufacture the device, each device has a unique ID, device ID, that is done during the manufacturing process, during the initialization process. After manufacturing, it has to made it ready by executing, by checking whether it's working or not. Initialization setup will be done. During that, address will be assigned. This means that during the bus configuration operation, devices cannot be accessed based on their address as they have not yet been assigned one. Hence, the configuration address space uses a different mechanism. Each device has an input signal called initialization device select ADSEL, which has 21 address lines. What are the electrical characteristics? PCI bus has been defined for operation with either 5 or 3.3 volt power supply. These are the end of the session 7. Thank you.